Hey, Second Violins. I'm making a video here today to kind of walk you guys through all of this new for some of us music. We're going to be starting, from the very beginning. So if you've worked on this a little bit already on your own and you're good for the first couple of measures or however far, just skip forward and find out where you are, and that's, where we can start. Because I'm going to be covering everything in here today. So first thing, right off the bat, that we're going to be looking at with any new piece of music, we're going to be checking out our key signature and time signature. We have, I know it's kind of hard to see, it's a little faded over here, but we have one flat, and that's going to be B flat. And the bigger thing to even take away from there is the fact that we're also going to be having F natural and C natural. So we need to make sure, we're not playing any F sharps or C sharps, and any Bs that we have, make sure we're playing B flat. Luckily, there aren't too many Bs in this piece. They pop up on occasion, but just whenever they do show up in your music, make sure you're playing low ones, so you're playing B flat and not B natural. More importantly, the 6/8 time signature. This is pretty new, I think, for just about all of us. If you're still unsure on how 6/8 time works, I have that other video you can always check out and get yourself refreshed and catch up, and then come back and we'll work our way through this piece together. So right off the bat, we've kind of got this really repetitive phrase for the first 10 measures. You have A, D, A, A, D, A. And just to save our right arms, our bow arms, a little bit of trouble, let's play that first finger, pinky, first finger. So it's just off, on, off. Right? It's really only two fingers we've got to work about. That's going to save us a lot of trouble having to cross strings on every single note. That's going to get really tiring really fast. So let's just do one pinky, one pinky, one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It does that over and over for about 5 measures. Also pay attention to where the slurs are. The slurs are going to be on like the strong beats, the 1 and the 4. We talked about how in 6/8 time 1 and 4 are strong beats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Triplet on all of those. Be careful, because when we get to measure 6, that A does become open G instead, and we're slurring up to a C instead. So open 3, open, open 3, open. But just for that one measure, so make sure we catch that. It's because 7, we're back to 1 pinky, 1 A, D, A. And then at 9, we have one more A, D, A, and then it slips in one last G, C, G, and then we finish on the A, D, A, D, A. And that should sound a little bit like this. Okay, now we're at measure 11 of Ships of Ireland. And here's where, rhythmically, things start getting a little trickier for us. We have this rhythm. It's really, really popular in a lot of 6/8 music. You see it quite a bit. This quarter, eighth, quarter, eighth, quarter, eighth, quarter, eighth rhythm, and it's going to pop up a lot in this music. So if you remember just our note values, a quarter note in any time signature doesn't even matter. A quarter note is equal to 2 eighth notes. So if we think in 6/8 time, a quarter note's actually getting 2 beats now instead of just 1 like we're used to in 4/4. So we would count this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now putting that with a metronome, let me put a metronome up here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Da, 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 da. So we have it 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1. I'm off. Da, da, da. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right. So these eighth notes are gonna happen right before the strong notes. Da, 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 da. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1. Right. So we want to make sure we're using a lot of bow on these eighth notes. Otherwise, because all those eighth notes are happening on the up bow, and if we're using the same amount, we're gonna be getting stuck further and further out towards the tip. So ready, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3. Then we have this 8th rest here. This is beat 4, right? Because we have a dotted quarter note, which means that's going to be 3 counts, because 3/8 notes equal a dotted quarter note. So that's 1, 2, 3, rest, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so resting on the 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And it just kind of continues that rhythm on all the way out towards 18, where we're finishing on 2 dotted quarter notes, which are the 1 and the 4. And putting all of this together, you should have something that sounds... Hey, measure 19. I'm not going to spend too much time talking about this because it's really, really pretty simple. It's all pizzicato, and it's all dotted quarter notes. So, you know, with your metronome, you're basically just playing on the clicks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, pluck, 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 pluck. Yeah, you get it. I'm not going to bore you too much with that just because that's pretty straightforward. Just a couple things to be careful about. Remember, our key signature B flat, so this is going to be low 2 here. These are also low 2, basically every other measure until you get to 25. So, you know, we're just playing on the beats, a lot of G string notes here. Then once we hit 27, we're back to arco. We're also back with this 1/4/8 rhythm that we've been having a lot so far. Again, key signature, this is B flat. Make sure you are playing low 1. And the other thing to be careful about is this isn't changing to C on beat 1, so make sure you're following where the notes are actually changing. B flat, B flat, B flat, then C, bum, 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 C. All right, so make sure you're watching where the notes are changing carefully. I think it does it actually. It also does this back here at 12. I didn't mention that. So, yeah, make sure you're watching where the notes are changing, and it did it here too. So, yeah, close attention where the notes are changing. Kind of got a little bit of a tricky slur that happens here at measure 13, where we slur the first 2 8th notes, up bow on the last one. So slur, change bow on 3, down bow on 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, bum, bum. Again, also F natural. Remember, that's also low 1. So we have a lot of low first fingers in this section from 27 to 34. So intonation's going to be really important. Make sure we're like listening and making sure we're actually playing B flat and F natural, not those in between narp and flatual notes. And this part should sound like this. So we're going to move on again. 35, we're back to some more, low string pizzicato stuff. There's really nothing to go over with this. Just make sure, you're not rushing, you're playing on the beat, and you'll be fine. There's not even any B's in this section, so you don't even have to worry about the low 2, high 2 things. Everything's D, A, or G, so, and a couple C's, so you'll be fine. 40, we're back arco again. Where we're playing the melody here at 43 again, 1/4, 8th quarter, 8 quarter rhythm happening a lot. Watch where the notes are changing. A lot of them like to sneak in like note changes here at the end of the measure. Again, we have that 8th rest here on beat 4. This is real similar to what we already kind of played back here at 11. There's just a couple notes here that are different. The first 4 measures or so are exactly the same, but then in 48, the melody climbs a little bit higher in pitch. Just watch out. Remember, we're playing F natural here, so that needs to be low 1 when we get to beat 4 of 48. We have that slur on the 8th notes where the first 2 are slurred, up bow on beat 3, down bow on beat 4. 50, these will be double stops. We're not dividing this just because it's open strings. And then 51, careful, our dynamic does drop down to piano. We've been forte or mezzo forte throughout this entire section. So when we get to 51, make sure you back off on your dynamics. Yeah, I think that's all I really needed to cover with this, and this is how this section is going to sound starting at 43. All right, so 53 is where things start getting a little bit trickier. One, we are going to see a slight decrease in our tempo. I mean, it says it in big bold letters above it. Right now, we're like at practice tempo anyway, so it's not really that big of a deal yet. But once we get it up to speed, we will have a little bit of a slowdown at 53. This is kind of more of what you've already had, again, watching out for F natural. Now at 55, and I apologize, it is a little bit tough to see in our music, but we have these notes, these tiny little itty bitty notes that come like in between these notes, and these are what we call grace notes. They're really not too hard to play. It looks scary, but it's really not. So what grace notes are? I'm going to grab my violin so I can demonstrate here in a second. Grace notes are notes that happen outside of the beat. Is I guess the best way I could describe it. Like that you play them before the beat happens. Like we're going to kind of like sneak the notes in there really fast. Like we don't actually count them. It's just a little flub, I guess you could call it, in between the notes. So without the grace notes, measure 55, all this is just, all right, E, C, E, C. That's all that is. Now, what a grace note's going to be happening is just on that E, we're going to play that E and the F and then come back to the E like the grace notes is telling us to do, like they're telling us to do. That's all that's happening there. So off, on, off. So that's really all that's happening. So now, putting the grace notes into that measure, so you notice the rhythm's still the same. 1, 3, 4, 6, da, 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 da. We're just sneaking those grace notes in with it. So, yeah, it's really not that bad. The trick with grace notes is you want to make sure you're really light with it. Don't try to like tense up and force the notes in. It's just a real light off on off. Da da. That's all it is. And if you're still having trouble with it, take them out for a bit, like get that measure down, then try it. They're really there more like a decoration is all that they're there for. But that's how we handle measure 55. 56, we kind of have this rhythm again. 1, 2, up, down, up, down, up. More quarter eighth. Another low 1 F natural. 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The last thing really to look out for, this is actually something that's just left out of your part. In measure 54, right after this F here, we need to have a quick reset. So, like cut off like the last half of the beat or so. Because if we're looking at this down, up, down, up, down, up, down, this note here is also marked as a down bow. So what we need to do is have a reset there. That way we can play that on a down bow. Down, up, right? That really about covers everything. Yeah, again, just making sure we're playing low 1 for F natural, G, A. So we're all whole steps there. F natural, G natural, A is on the tape. So we have a whole step between each of our fingers. And where my phone charger. And this is how this section is going to work out for us. All right, so 61 now. Once we've taken care of 53 and all of that. 61 is basically the exact same thing you did at 53. We're just an octave lower. Now, like the melody and everything we're playing, even the grace notes here that we've got at 63, they're the same thing as with 55. Again, just on our D string. It's a little trickier though. Like 55 was nice because this little trill happened on an open string. You were just putting your first finger on and taking it off real quick. 63, we got a little bit more to worry about as far as intonation. We're going to be doing our trill little grace note there now from first finger E to F natural. Right, is now what's happening there at 63. So I would definitely take that measure out and practice on it a little bit, just isolate it. I mean, that's what I had to do because I was having a little bit of trouble with the intonation on it as well. So yeah, take that measure out, get that down, and then really it's all just more of the same as what you just played. Like it's the exact same, almost the exact same notes and rhythms. The only thing that's going to be different is this ended on A and this ends on D. So it's an octave lower and pretty much exactly the same. All right, we've hit measure 69 now. We're back pizzicato again, and it's basically just we've just got a lot of eighth notes we need to deal with. I mean, we really need to be practicing with a metronome. I highly recommend doing this section with a metronome, just keeping it slow at the start and slowly starting to kind of speed it up as we work on it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then at measure 75, quarter, eighth, dotted quarter, dotted quarter. So yeah, it's just taking apart, getting the fingerings down, and you've got this part, no problem. Okay, and then we're back arco at 77. So once we kind of start putting these sections together, we want to make sure as soon as we're done with that last pizzicato, we're quickly getting our bow back on the strings. Nice and piano. It's kind of real similar to actually what we just played pizzicato, just a little bit higher. F, A, A, F, A, A. Up to you whether or not you want to use the open A or the pinky A. You use pinky A. It keeps it all in one string. So you might like that better. We got to use open A here once we get to 78 because remember we've got B, which according to our key signature, let's review that real quick. That's going to be B flat, low 1, and you really don't want to go from a high pinky to a low 1. So yeah, use open there. So watch out for the B flat. Kind of keeps going with the same thing where the first two eighth notes are slurred, third one's bow. Remember again with these, same thing happens like whenever we're doing the quarter, eighth, quarter rhythms. Remember, we want to make sure we're using enough bow on the eighth notes that aren't slurred to make sure we get back and we're not going to run out of bow because this is a long time to be doing this down, up, down, up, down, up, down bowing, and then we get stuck out at the tip and we run out of bow. So yeah, just make sure we're watching out for the occasional B flat it likes to throw at us. F natural, again, also a low 1. Quarter, eighth, A is really, really all there is to that. Okay, measure 85. We're back to our original tempo. Remember, we've been a little bit slower since we hit measure 53, which, while we're learning notes and rhythms, doesn't really affect too much of us for right now. Again, we've got another pizzicato section. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. You did that already. You're good. 93. We're back, real similar to that melody we had earlier. Through. I get 43 and so on and so forth. Yeah, we're just following that same quarter, eighth quarter rhythm. And again, got that eighth rest there on B4. We've got it before. We've got a pretty good shot at it now. Retard, so make sure we slow down here just for measure 98. We're going to land on that nice low first finger F natural and hold it. Then we come back in together, beat 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, fermata. 6 back at original tempo. 1 off tempo means like back to the tempo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, double stop, double stop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. You get it. That's basically what you played here, except a couple different notes. Yeah, and that should be like this. Okay, that really should kind of cover everything for this piece. Again, if you're still, you don't quite get the hang on 6/8, check out the thing I posted on that. And if there's anything I missed or something you still don't understand, remember I do have my office hours every day. If that time doesn't work for you because I don't know, conflicts with another class or something, you can always email me or post a comment on somewhere on Google Classroom or whatever, and just ask if you can meet another time. That's fine. I mean, I'm not really not really doing anything. Yeah. So if you need help, just let me know. I guess I will be seeing you guys next year whenever you're eighth graders. But we'll keep working on this for now, and I'll keep you updated on what our assignments are. But stay safe, everyone, and hope to see you all soon.